Let us continue our topic, aggregate demand. Aggregate demand, yesterday some concept you understood, I think. We can use AD. Aggregate demand simply means total expenditure. I am going very slowly, okay? Yesterday suggestions and all there, na? I am very fast, that's why I am moving very slowly, like slow motion. Aggregate demand means total expenditure. Total expenditure. In short, we can say total expenditure by all the four sectors in an economy. Total expenditure by all the four sectors in an economy during a period, during an accounting year. Okay. Otherwise, we can say aggregate demand is the level of GDP. Level of GDP that consumers wish to buy. Wish to buy. We are studying Keynesian theory. We should use wish or plan or desire. Why? This is Keynesian theory. Then aggregate demand always expressed in terms of ex ante expenditure. I think you know what is the difference between ex ante and ex post. So here always expressed in terms of ex ante expenditure. Till here okay? So simply you have to take aggregate demand means total expenditure. It does not refer demand for a particular commodity. That is in micro. This is macro. That is why demand for all goods and services. That is why total expenditure by all the four sectors in an economy, that shows aggregate demand. Or we can say level of GDP that consumer wish to buy. This is expenditure. That is why wish to buy. Okay. Then aggregate demand has two components. Aggregate demand has two components according to Keynes, that is consumption expenditure and investment expenditure. Okay, consumption expenditure from which sector? From household sector. So we can say household consumption expenditure. What is the first component of aggregate demand? First component of aggregate demand is household consumption expenditure. Or wherever expenditure comes, we can use demand. Household consumption demand. For AD, we need these two components. For convenience, Keynes has taken only two components, that is under two sector economy. Okay. So first we are taking consumption function. For consumption function, we need level of income. Consumption mainly depends upon the level of income. We know if income increases, consumption also increase. Income increases, consumption also increase. But less than rise in income. Why we are saying less than rise in income? the entire rise in income is not converted into consumption. A part of income is to be saved. So from these three concepts we will get like this one equation, y is equal to means income may be to be consumed or to be saved. This is also there. Okay. So from here, if we need how much consumption we have done, means we can take like this, C is equal to Y minus S, or S is equal to Y minus C. Clear? So consumption expenditure, if we consider C, the first one, consumption depends upon the level of income. Income increases, consumption also increases, but less than rise in income according to Keynes. That is known as Keynesian psychological law of consumption. Law of consumption. Keynes, what is Keynesian psychological law? If income increases, consumption also increase, but less than rise in income. That is Keynesian psychological law. Okay. If we need to prepare an imaginary schedule for consumption function, we need two terms. First one, income, because consumption depends upon the level of income. So first one, level of income, second one, consumption. This is consumption schedule. Okay. Consumption schedule, first, suppose no income, so zero level of income. Definitely there should be a minimum level of consumption, maybe from past saving, or we can borrow, economy can borrow. So I am taking here 40. Okay. At zero level of income, minimum consumption is there. If income increase from 0 to 50, consumption also increase. Not the same range, means by 50. You can prepare like this. Here rate is 50. Here it should be less than 50. So I am taking, what is the rate? What is the difference? 40. Here difference is 50, here difference is 40. Like that only you have to, because a part of income is to be saved. Both consumption and saving is a part of income. If we consider these two terms together, we are getting income. Consumption is a part of income and saving is also a part of income. What is saving? Suppose saving is a part of income, not to be consumed. Consumption is a part of, that also a part of income. So income increase from 0 to 50, then 50 to 100, 100 to 150, like this and all you can prepare. Then consumption 120, 160, right? So this is the criteria, this is the logic. Try to prepare like this schedule later, not now. Okay. So you can prepare a consumption schedule like this. What is the logic there? The rate at which income increases should be greater than the rate at which consumption increases, or the rate at which consumption is less than the rate at which income increases. Okay. So from this data, we can draw a diagram, that is diagrammatic representation of consumption curve. Okay. So this is horizontal axis, this is vertical axis. We are going to do consumption curve. consumption curve. So consumption should be measured on vertical axis. So here we can measure consumption. Here we can measure level of income. Income shows GDP or national income. So here I am writing here level of income. Okay, this schedule I am taking. When income is zero, consumption is 40, 50, 100, 150, 200, here 40, 80, 120, like this and all. Okay, when income is 0, consumption is 40. What is happening here? At 0 level of income, there is a minimum level of consumption. This minimum level of consumption is known as autonomous consumption. Autonomous consumption. Okay, what is autonomous consumption? When income is 0, there is a minimum level of consumption. Autonomous consumption, we can use the letter, small letter C dash. Why dash? This is constant, that says C dash. C dash shows autonomous consumption. Here C dash is 40. Clear? Okay. Then when income increase from 50 to 100, what is happening? Consumption also increase from 40 to 80. But not the same rate, not proportionally. Here increase in income is greater than increase in consumption. So level of 50, consumption is 80. So like this it will move. So we are getting an upward sloping curve. Consumption curve is an upward sloping curve. Why? There is a direct relationship between income and consumption. Direct relationship between income and consumption. But consumption curve is not start from origin, it starts from a minimum level. It is a positive figure. Okay, this is our consumption curve. Till here okay, I think you understood. So this is diagrammatic representation of consumption function or consumption curve. What and all here? Autonomous consumption, you have to be noted down these and all. There is an autonomous consumption. Autonomous consumption means 0 level of income, there is a minimum level of consumption, that is autonomous consumption. Second one, the rate at which income increases should be greater than the rate at which consumption increases. These two and all highlighted part you have to be noted down. Okay. Then what is psychological law of consumption? Keynes psychological law means income increases, consumption also increases, but less than rise in income. That less than means how much consumers have a tendency to spend. That tendency we can measure by using two measures, that is average propensity, to consume. First measure is average propensity. What is propensity? Tendency. Tendency of an economy, how much they have to consume. that is average propensity to consume, and second one marginal propensity to consume. Okay, marginal propensity to consume. So for average propensity to consume, we can write A, P, C, and marginal propensity to consume, we can write M, P, C. These are the two measures used to measure tendency of consumers. Both these two concepts indicates consumption and income. Okay, we need these two terms again. Again I am saying consumption depends upon the level of income. So both indicates consumption and income, but one difference is, in average we are considering total consumption and total income, and in marginal, you know what is the meaning of marginal? Additional. Last year we studied this one. Marginal shows additional. So here in marginal, additional level of consumption and additional level of income. Okay. From here we can use one formula by using these two terms. For APC, ratio between total consumption and total income. So total consumption is C and total income is Y. Okay. And for MPC, how we can make formula? Ratio between additional consumption and additional income. So additional consumption delta C and additional income delta Y. Clear? Okay. Then these two terms we can represent in a diagram. For APC, diagrammatic representation of APC. Next topic, diagrammatic representation of APC. This is from consumption part. So for this we need consumption curve. What we can measure here? Level of income or GDP or national income. Okay. Then here we are doing APC, or we can give consumption. Consumption curve starts from y-axis, minimum level. Suppose I am taking from here. This is consumption curve. This is consumption curve. Okay. Then what we need? Graphical representation of APC. Suppose level of income is 500 and level of consumption is 300. What is APC? How we can represent this one graphically? So level of income is 500, we can take here. Suppose 100, 200, 300, whatever maybe. Suppose this is 500. Okay. From this you have to extend to the consumption curve. What is this much? Maybe this much is 300. At 500, what is APC? So we can use the formula C by total consumption by total income. Total consumption is 300 and total income 500. What is the answer? 0.6. So we can say 60% of income is to be consumed. So this is graphical representation of APC. Okay. The next one, graphical representation of, before that, if income is 0, if income is 0, what is APC? Again, APC is equal to C by Y. Here I am taking 50. Okay, C dash is 50. So C is 50. Consumption is 50. Autonomous consumption is 50. And Y is 0. What we will get? Infinite. Then MPC, graphical presentation of MPC. Same procedure. We need consumption curve. For MPC we need consumption curve. Here level of income. Here consumption curve should start from y-axis above origin. Okay, don't forget this one. Then you have to mark this is C dash. Okay. MPC shows additional level of consumption, right? We need additional level of ratio between additional level of consumption to additional level of income. Suppose the same pattern. First, initial level of income is 500. That time consumption is what we have taken, 300. When income increase from 500 to 800, consumption also increase, that is suppose 500. Okay, we have to find out MPC. Here also the same, we can take the formula ratio between additional consumption to and additional income. Okay, then you have to prepare a schedule. Y initial level, Y dash new level of income. Okay. What is initial level? Initial level of income is 500 and new level of income is 800. What is delta Y? Because we need additional level of income. Delta Y shows the difference between new level and initial level. So delta Y is 300. So this we got. Okay. Then again you have to make a schedule for consumption. That is initial level C. Initial level C is 300. New level C is, that is C dash, 500. What is additional level of consumption? Additional level of consumption is 200. So this also we got. So delta Y is 300 and delta C is 200. Substituting MPC is equal to delta C by delta Y. First you should write consumption. But consumption depends upon the level of income. That's why first delta C is 200 divided by 300. Two divided by 0.2 by 3. 6. Okay. This is graphical representation of MPC, not over. This 0.6 shows MPC. MPC means additional level of consumption to additional level of income, right? Then from here we are getting slope of consumption curve. Slope, already we studied about slope. Slope shows vertical changes, ratio between vertical changes and horizontal changes. Here vertical changes shows delta C, horizontal changes shows delta Y. So we can take MPC is the slope of consumption curve. Slope of consumption curve. Where we can mark this one, this much increase in income. So this is delta Y causes this much increase in consumption. So this part, this shaded part is the slope of consumption curve. So this is MPC. MPC we are using the letter B. So B shows MPC. Okay. So again you have to be highlighted like this. C dash shows autonomous consumption. B shows MPC. MPC is the slope of consumption curve. What is the shape of consumption curve? It is an upward sloping curve. Why? There is a direct relationship between income and consumption. Okay. This is a graphical representation of MPC. I think you understood. Next. APC, MPC, that over. Then for AD we need investment curve. There are two types of investment. Investment expenditure comes from firm sector. So they are planning to produce what type of goods? Capital goods. Planning to produce capital goods. There are two types of investment. One is for profit, another is for social welfare. For profit, investment is induced investment. Induced investment. For social welfare, autonomous investment. There are two types of investment, induced investment and autonomous investment. Induced investment aim is profit, autonomous investment for social welfare. So this we can take, we are studying Indian economies or for welfare only, for economy's welfare. So this is, we are taking autonomous, we are assuming investment remain constant, autonomous investment remain constant. Okay. Then induced investment, it depends upon, means its aim is profit. If income increases, they are ready to invest more. It's not respective to income. Whatever may be income increase or decrease, that investment remain constant. So induced investment we are getting an upward sloping curve, while autonomous investment we are getting a horizontal line parallel to income axis, irrespective of income. So investment remain constant. So for AD we need a consumption curve and investment curve. This together known as AD, right? So what is the shape of consumption curve? Upward sloping. It starts from horizontal axis, not from origin. because there is an autonomous consumption. This is consumption curve. Then investment curve. Which investment we are taking? Autonomous investment. Autonomous investment is horizontal line parallel to income axis. This is our investment curve. Till here okay? So all the components if we take, we will get AD curve. The next one, how we can represent this AD curve in diagrammatically and in a data. First I am doing schedule form, because we need a data, then only from there we will get graphical representation. So for AD schedule, what are the components? C and I. C shows household consumption expenditure. I shows investment expenditure. Okay. Anyway, AD depends upon the level of income. So first we need level of income. Okay. Income should start from 0. Then I am taking here 50, 100, 150, 200, 250. Okay. Then C we need, I we need, then we will get what? AD. AD is equal to C plus I. You understood now how we can prepare consumption schedule? The rate at which income increases should be greater than the rate at which consumption. So here I am taking 40, sorry, 80, 120, 160, 200, 240. Okay. Then investment schedule we need. Here which investment we are taking? Autonomous investment. It should be constant. Suppose I am taking 20. Then all the level of income investment should be 20. Zero is there, okay? 20. Then easily we can convert this into aggregate demand. What is the formula for aggregate demand? C plus I. AD shows level of GDP. So we can use here also level of GDP shows income, or we can write Y is equal to C plus I. Okay. One formula we are getting, this very important, we need for numericals. So somewhere you have to be noted down like this. One formula we got, Y is equal to C plus I, or AD is equal to C plus I. Okay. C plus I. So take these two schedule, 40 plus 20, 60, 100, 140, 180, 220 and 260. You have to copy this schedule. You can copy this one. I am going to wind up from here. So copy this one based upon this schedule like a homework. Okay, you can send this diagram through our WhatsApp group. You have to prepare AD curve. For AD, what and all we need? Level of income and level of consumption. I need AD curve, then you have to write some points related to AD. What is the shape, why this AD curve is rising or falling, whatever may be, that and all you have to write. This is your homework. Okay, I think you understood. Any doubt you can ask me in our WhatsApp group. That is better, then all will get that, they can clarify. Okay.